Hi, welcome to AFTV. We just lost to PSG 2-1 at the Parc de France. I mean, you've heard some of the other, fans come on and that I've interviewed, and it feels like, and I've said it to everyone, well, it is season over really. But any light from what you've seen today?
I'd like to address the format.
Yeah.
When you play a team in the group stage, you shouldn't be playing them in the semi-final, quarter-final. You play them in the group stage usually. You don't go and play them in a semi-final, a quarter-final. Usually, when you play them in the group stage, you don't play them again. Usually in most competitions. Now,
it's because of the new format, obviously.
Now, when I saw PSG before, they weren't that great.
Yeah.
They looked like a French team. Basically, they looked like a French team playing there. So I was quietly confident going here, but when you come into these games and when you're taking out your first choice striker, then you're going to take out your second choice striker. You do that to any team, you're going to struggle up front. You do that to any team. When it was back in the day, you used to have four strikers. You had Henry, Burke, and Wiltor and Carney. So you could play either one. You could play either two up front, and then it wouldn't matter if your first choice were out really that much. But when you take your first choice out, you've got no chance.
Could PSG argue and say they didn't have a striker, and Dembele, their key man, is on course for a Ballon d'Or?
They rested. This is the joke that the football club Arsenal were tonight. They rested Dembele. Yeah. They rested Dembele for the final, so that they were confident.
Maybe not the final. Obviously, he had an injury. It's not for the final. The final's a way off. It's on the 31st, mate.
Let me tell you, if they were losing 1-0 going into this game, or this was 0-0, Dembele starts. Because for me, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to start. What I will say is, I've heard a lot of talk around Mikel Arteta, and would you sack him? Wouldn't you sack him?
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to I didn't want Mikel Arteta to start off with.
I remember you.
But I didn't want Mikel Arteta to, because and then the club backed him. He got rid of all our star players, and he let Aubameyang go. When did he let him go? Last year, was it? No.
No, not last year.
No. Was it the year before? Was the year before that?
The year before that, yeah.
Did he replace him?
No.
No, he hasn't replaced him. So the board decides we're going to back you. We're going to let our top scorer go to save some money. But I think Man United are trying to do the same thing with Marcus Rashford at the minute, but it's not. But what's happened is you let your top goal scorer go for the 3 previous seasons, and previously we let Lacazette go. So there were two out-and-out strikers, and we have not had an out-and-out striker to come in. We've had Jesus that's come in, who can play on the wing, who can play on the left, who can play on the right, but he's not an out-and-out striker. And for me, I would sack Arteta come the end of the season. I'll sack Arteta come the end of the season because someone's saying 6 years without a trophy. 6 whole years without a trophy, and it's actually unbelievable.
Well, it's 5 because we got the FA Cup, but I hear it in 2020. But I know what you're trying to say. I understand. So
come. So come. We're not going to win a trophy this season.
Yeah.
It's impossible to win a trophy this season. So, but Mikel Arteta likes to count community shields. That's a shield. There's a quote in the name. It's a shield, not a trophy.
Yeah.
So basically, and I'd just like to address one player tonight is Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard tonight went missing. I wouldn't have started him, but I would have started Ethan Ranieri tonight because Martin Odegaard has been terrible. And as the skipper, he has gone missing far too many times since he's picked up that injury. He has gone missing. And I think that has been an absolutely disgrace. I can see why Real Madrid decided to let him go to us. And the only player who played well, the only world-class player tonight out there doing their stuff was Saka. And basically, when Rice picked up that early caution, but he wasn't the same player. But what I will say is, I'm thinking about it, but I'm not 100% sure. But if I should bring out the Mikel Arteta out T-shirt, just like I had the Arsene Wenger out T-shirt. But I'm not too sure I'm going to be going that far.
I think it's a little bit too over the top, too soon.
I'm not going to be going too because unlike certain people, I can praise him when he does well. I can praise him when he does it. So Mikel Arteta has set Arsenal up as the player he was. He was a needy player. He was a very good player. He was never a great player. He'd never get in the Spanish team. He'd always be back up. And he was never the great player. But what I will say is it's been a great run, and I've enjoyed my days out. And basically, we're all still alive, and we'll see you next season.